Hi, I'm Tanuki, and today we'll do an all we can draw challenge. My goal will be to draw as many little faces as possible for 12 hours, not a minute more. So little faces are headshots or icons. I started doing them last year for art fights to have easier and faster type of product. I also wanted that type of format for my commissions so that it would be more budget friendly. So I've had this character saved for a long time. The creator actually has many characters that I love, and I attacked them last year with a different one. They all give such cool vibe, and I also have another of their characters saved, so I might attack them again next year. For that character, I love the asymmetrical eye. I also liked how the purple and pink popped out with the dark hair. We can see that I used the symmetrical ruler for my little faces. It is a tool that helps me go faster with that product, especially since the goal of that product is to make it a faster product and a cheaper one for my commissions. In art fight, I do think quality beats quantity, but I also like to think the other way around. That's why I like to do little faces, so I can do many attacks for a lot of people. That character I did not think would inspire me as much as it did. To be honest, I think I had this character bookmarked for a while and I never ended up doing it, but when I saw the colors, when I picked the characters for this video, I knew it would be one of my favorite. The floof of the hair, and I love the combination of pink and green, and I absolutely love droopy eyes. In the end, what was longer was the asymmetrical accessories, but I think it was all worth it. Now this character had very asymmetrical haircut, so I couldn't use a ruler for that. I do love the haircut and the little gradient of pink. I think I did the eyes pretty well too. Something I don't mention a lot with my little faces is that it's harder, in my opinion, to do masculine characters. Not even guys, just masculine. As in not a lot of colors, sparkles, and all. I would say it ends up looking good, but I am working harder than with girly characters. So my recording cut with this character, but here is the final result. Then, if you remember my first attack on Art Fight, I did it for my partner. Since they revenged me, I will attack them back today. This is a character that I really like and has a specific vibe that I love. She also ends up dating one of my favorite characters from my partner, so she has a special place in my heart. Her name is Lilac, and she has a cool aesthetic called Frutiger Aereo. I might be saying it completely wrong though. I find her very inspiring, and I gave her a shark candy pen and a Tamagotchi earring. Drawing things like that for our OCs just make me want to get them for myself. I don't know if y'all have the same things with your OCs, but when I go shopping and I see things that makes me think of them, now I want them and I want to buy them. It does that to me all the time with literally all of my OCs. Anyways, for the next character, I love the shape of the eyes and wanted to reproduce that. I think it's more of an aesthetic choice for their art style, but it's also something that defines the character now. Also, I was very excited to do their makeup since they have a very pretty blush and light. Something that I love during rendering part is actually the blush and the light, especially for characters that wear makeup. I can really go all in, and I think it makes it all sparkly and pretty. Now that one is not for art fight, as it is a commission from Vigen. I did put more effort and energy because of that exact reason. I think it ended up looking great. To be honest, I really had everything given to me with a character looking like this one that has many colors and some sparkles and pretty elements like piercings and lines in their face. Then obviously my computer had an issue, and every time I was doing lines, it was doing some weird opacity things. But that was only happening when I was recording, and I think my computer was just screaming for help, which I refused to listen. I changed the background a few times and ended up landing on something a little cosmic and mysterious. Now for that character, I stopped recording and forgot to record again, so we will only get to see the end of the drawing. I apologize for that. It's obviously a character that caught my eye. Green and purple always does. I like what I did with the teeth and how I put the star in the eye, more round and spiky. Then I picked a character that doesn't have a very simple design, but I feel like it has to be balanced in a challenge like this to be sure that I respect the rules. It would be too easy if I just had simple designs. This is someone that filled my hit list, and they had this very cool character I saved in my bookmarks. Even though it took longer to draw, I like doing scars and wounds and all, so I didn't mind. Also, since their hair is black, I decided to simply go with a lighting on top and no shadow. As I mentioned, drawing masculine character in that art style can be hard since it's more chibi and cute, so I was kind of scared and curious to see how this character would end up, especially since it's a character that has a beard. In the end, I think it looks pretty good, and I like how it looks next to the reference too. Now, for that character, who is also someone from my hit list. It was a lot of guessing and creating. Since it's a very simple art style on the reference, I have to come up with the shapes of the eyes, the face, and all. It can also be hard to guess if things are missing on purpose or not, like the ears or the nose. In the end, I decided to draw a pretty standard character with the features I could see in the reference. Big open eyes, short spiky but rounded edge hair, a small mouth. I think it ended up turning out fine, and I hope the owner of that character is happy with the result. Then, my hero character. I really like how the hair spiked out of her head, and I was excited to get to that part. Something I did not reproduce from that character is the no line under the eye. I used to be fine with drawing that way for some characters, but now it just weirds me out, so I just added one anyways. I love this contrast of light blue hair and dark eyes for a character. I literally have one like this too, so it was funny to draw her and imagining if in another universe they could be related. Her quirk is cloud related, and it isn't too obvious, but I drew the light in her eyes as clouds. By that time, I had drawn 11 hours and 38 minutes, which was giving me around 20 minutes to make the last one. Knowing that I took around 45 minutes and more for some other attack, I was interested to see how fast I could do it. I knew I would be able to do it since I did one in less than 10 minutes last year before the end of Art Fight, but it's always still stressful. I picked a pretty simple character because it is not the time to go crazy. I love the mix of her droopy eyes, round face, and bubble hair. I wasn't sure what to put in the background, but definitely did not have much time to think about it. I put my watermark, the noise filter, and ended up at 12 hours exactly. In the end, I drew 12 characters for 12 hours. When we see that I was able to draw the last one in 20 minutes, I can definitely do a better number another time. It would also be interesting to see in that same amount of time, but with a more complex art style, how many drawings I could do. Definitely not more than 12, and definitely not 12, but with a more complex rendering and full bodies, it would be cool to see if I can do like up to 5 maybe, which means that it won't be the last all I can draw you see from me. On that note, I hope you are having a wonderful week and that you liked that video. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.